Hey everyone, it's Josh Thomas from the BitBlock here with a fun-filled fact video related to Pikmin 4 on the Nintendo Switch. We just got a brand new trailer, it's amazing, so let's crack it open and see what we can find. Here are 35 facts about Pikmin 4. Number 1. Every single Pikmin type from previous games will return in Pikmin 4. We know this because the official artwork showcases red, blue, yellow, white, purple, rock, winged, and the newly discovered ice Pikmin. I guess you could say Bulbmin have not appeared yet, but I don't really think we want to go into detail about how these abominations came to be. Number 2, just like in Pikmin 3, as you encounter different Pikmin types, they will be stored away in the same onion, and it will transform to become multicolored. We still don't know if ice Pikmin will be included in this, as we've only seen yellow, red, and blue colors here. Number 3, when an enemy creature eats an ice Pikmin, it will cause them to freeze. If you wear down their health while they're frozen, they will shatter into a bunch of pieces and they'll be defeated. It might also be possible that tossing so many ice Pikmin onto a foe will freeze them, but in this footage, the Bulborb does eat one of them right as a little Pikmin ghost floats up. The Bulborb then turns into ice. It's kind of like using a bitter spray to burp on a creature from Pikmin 2, but way more cold. Number 4, ice Pikmin can be thrown into a body of water to freeze it, which then, of course, allows you and your Pikmin squad to walk on top of it. This is interesting because it kind of brings up the question, can ice Pikmin walk around in the water like blue Pikmin? And wouldn't that sort of make blue Pikmin worthless? Well, if you look closely, based on the footage, it does appear that ice Pikmin can't move around in the water very well, and they sort of just float on top like an ice cube. This might mean that they're not capable of fighting underwater enemies or grabbing, sunken treasure in the same way that a blue Pikmin can. Time will tell, but there's some interesting stuff going on there. Number 5, Ochi is a brand new puppy dog-like alien creature that befriends you and helps you on your journey. He's also the greatest thing that's ever happened to Nintendo. Number 6, using Ochi, you can command him to charge forward and break down barriers like these clay vases. We see these in several areas of the levels so far. Ochi can also drag the remains of enemies back to your ship or the Pikmin onion. It seems he has the strength of 10 Pikmin, so perhaps if something is heavier than that, he may not be able to do it alone. You can also hop on Ochi's back with your Pikmin and ride him along. It's pretty adorable and probably pretty useful for swimming across like a body of water to avoid your, Pikmin drowning. Number 7, using his dog-like ability, Ochi can even sniff out objects of key interest by following a scent trail. In the trailer, we see him track down a helpless castaway. Number 8, while riding on Ochi, you can even toss your Pikmin at enemies as we see here in this boss battle. This is kind of interesting because it does bring up the question, why would you not just constantly ride around on Ochi instead of walking on foot by yourself? Your Pikmin seem a lot safer from harm while they're on Ochi's back, so I wonder how they will balance this idea in the game. Number 9, oddly enough, Ochi has a red collar around his neck that resembles the same style as the uniforms that the explorers are wearing. The trailer kind of gives the impression that Ochi is a friendly wild creature that you encounter on your journey, but if that were the case, why would a wild creature be wearing a collar? And why would it also be the same theme as the explorers' outfits? It's a little weird. My guess is that actually Ochi is journeying with you from the beginning, and when your ship crashes, he gets tossed aside just like the other characters. This cutscene could very well be when you're finding him again, instead of when you're encountering him for the first time. Obviously we can't be too sure, but I do find it weird that he's got a collar on and it matches their uniform. Number 10, so far Pikmin 4 features 4 brand new explorer characters. 2 are female and 2 are male. Their names are Shepard, Colin, and the other 2, well, we just don't really know yet. It is worth mentioning that this character in particular looks a lot like Brittany from Pikmin 3. Is this her daughter? Or maybe this is Brittany as a young child. It's a little bit more of a stretch, but even Colin looks a lot like Charlie from Pikmin 3. They both have the same general body shape. So is it possible that these characters are maybe like the young versions of, Pikmin 3 captains, or maybe they're kids? Again, Time will tell. Number 11, according to Nintendo's official website, Pikmin 4 supports 1 to 2 players on a single system. So this does mean that if you had some hope for online multiplayer or even 4-player support, well, it seems like that probably isn't happening. Unless, of course, they do update this closer to release. I'm kind of doubting that though. As for whether or not Pikmin 4 will continue the legacy of a great battle mode and challenge mode, those are really great multiplayer options in Pikmin 2 and 3, very beloved by fans. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see if those are included in Pikmin 4. I really hope the 2-player support is not just the ability to play co-op in the story mode, and there is more to offer in terms of multiplayer than that. Number 12, Pikmin 4's file size was revealed on that same website. The game is 12 gigs. That is pretty large compared to Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which is only 6.5 gigs. So Pikmin 4 is nearly twice the file size of the previous game. As a few more size comparisons, Super Mario Odyssey is 5.6 gigs, Zelda Breath of the Wild is 14.4 gigs, so Pikmin 4 is nearly the file size of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now that doesn't confirm the game has like massive amounts of content, but it certainly is interesting that all of a sudden the team doubled the file size from their previous work. Time will tell, but let's hope that this is the biggest Pikmin game ever in terms of content. Number 13, electric gates make a return from previous games, and once again, they will likely require yellow Pikmin to break them down so you can advance forward. Number 14, collecting treasure returns from Pikmin 2, I'm very happy about this, and you can tell which items are collectible treasure because they have little sparklies around them. Number 15, this time around, it would appear that you will be collecting some weird crystal-like gems. Blue-colored ones can be seen popping out of this wall after it's broken down, and they even appear in piles. Worth noting as well are these red crystals that seem to be circling around the landing areas for the Pikmin Onion and the little mini pod ship. Not sure what all of this is about, but definitely consider me intrigued. Number 16, we can see here that building bridges by having Pikmin grab fragments of it in order to reform the entire structure is making a return from Pikmin 3. Number 17, Pikmin can build walls when enough blocks are put in place. It will then form a structure that you and your Pikmin can actually climb up to reach higher areas. That's pretty neat and probably sort of convenient. Number 18, your aiming cursor will change color based on which Pikmin type is currently selected to throw. It also shows you a small icon of the Pikmin type, along with how many you have in your squad. This is definitely a nice quality of life improvement to the gameplay. Number 19, this is kind of interesting. The words Keki and Kekius appear to be written on the sides of the captain's main ship, the mini pod vessel, and even their suits. It could possibly say Zeki or Zekius with an X as the first letter as well, but I'm fairly certain this is not just total gibberish, as in Pikmin 2, there is a very similar font in that game, and it spells out Hokotate, which of course is the name of the planet that Olimar and Louie come from. So it's very possible this word means something, maybe even the name of their explorer group or the company that they work for. Number 20, a captain's spacesuit appears to be gray when they're knocked out, or perhaps it's gray before they team up with the others. Regardless, it's clear the squad of captains here have a very red fashion sense going on. In fact, you know what? It almost feels a little strange how simple their suits look. Why are they all the same style with nothing but size to differentiate them? I kind of feel like there might be something going on here that we'll learn a little bit later. Number 21, one of the landing sites to explore appears to be a playground during the springtime with cherry blossom trees in the background, and their little blossoms are falling down all around you. There are a bunch of colorful tires, and off in the distance you can even see a few giant jungle gyms. Not to mention a light blue slide in the shape of an elephant. This area also has lots of colorful blocks and even a cute wooden fish fence. It all feels very playground themed to me. There are a lot of plastic children's toys here as well, and some of them are treasure, some of them are just props, but we'll get a little bit more into that later. Number 22, in this same level, we can see a large building in the background, and it even appears on the official artwork. It's rather large and kind of oddly shaped to just be a house, so I'm leaning more towards this being a school for young children, with the level itself taking place behind it in the school's playground area. Number 23, I believe the trailer also shows a second location to explore, and in this one, it has a little bit more of a garden theme to it. I have drawn that conclusion due to the fact that it has things like buckets and gloves, wooden crates, gardening tools, plants in brick landscaping, and lots more. Not to mention, the treasure here has a lot of food-related items, but again, we'll get into that in just a second. Number 24, okay, let's get into all the different treasure that I could spot in the trailer. We've got a plastic toy boat, a yo-yo, colorful binoculars, a stopwatch, a berry, a pumpkin, and a strawberry. There are also a couple treasures that I can't really make out well enough to classify what they are. One sort of looks like a ball, and the other is, well, whatever this is. Number 25, a new enemy creature type are these adorable baby burrowing snagrets. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so hard to order my Pikmin to brutally beat these little things. Number 26, another new enemy creature is this thing. I don't really know what it is, but judging from its large birdo-like snoot, I am guessing it either blows or sucks. Maybe it even shoots out some kind of goop at you or something. Either way, I gotta say, I like its design. Number 27, this giant spider-like enemy is a brand new breed of the long legs creatures in the series. It seems to have light-up bulges on its body, perhaps indicating which colored Pikmin can attack it at that time. Number 28, now that we went over all 3 of the new creatures that we've seen so far, let's take a moment to go over every creature returning to this new game. So we've got some Bulborbs, Dwarf Bulborbs, Joust Mites, female Sheargrubs, a fiery Blowhog, yellow Spectralids, white Spectralids, yellow Wallywogs, the Empress Bulblacks in all her glory, and finally, we even have the Bulborb larva in all their disgusting glory. Number 29, in this game, you can now explore during the night, and it would seem things get pretty dangerous in the darkness. The trailer shows off a Bulborb becoming extra aggressive, even sporting some evil red glowing eyes, which might give it some better vision to chase after you in the night. Number 30, it may be obvious, but the cave exploration has returned from Pikmin 2. This involves delving under the surface to explore the depths of the land. I am super excited to see this return to the series. Number 31, a group of Pikmin can now work together to pull out large roots from potted plants, which then allow you to progress further. Number 32, the number 4 in the new logo has yellow flowers, which I believe are actually a reference to the yellow flowers that blossom on top of the new Ice Pikmin. Number 33, in the nighttime, it would also appear that collections of colorful glowing star bits will pile up in various spots on the map. I'm going to assume these are some kind of rare collectible that you'll be tasked to grab under the intense scrutiny of the ravenous creatures of the night. Number 34, also during the night, you can see these weird little sand castle structures that pop up. These are not there in the day, they have a kind of hole in the front, which might be where an enemy pops out from. Alternatively, they may also be little safe zones where you can stash your Pikmin for safety purposes while you explore the map. Time will tell, but there's certainly a lot of questions related to this game. And finally, number 35, Pikmin 4 will launch worldwide on July 21st, 2023 for the Nintendo Switch, and I am genuinely counting down the days. So there you have it, 35 facts about Pikmin 4 with a little bit of speculation sprinkled on top. Thank you so much for watching, guys and gals. I am personally very excited about this game. In fact, honestly, Pikmin 4 is my most anticipated game of the year. I've been waiting so long for a sequel to the Wii U game, so this is definitely looking to be a great year. Stay tuned to the BitBlock for lots more coverage on Pikmin 4.